Hi there, this is Jonathan Ginsberg. I'm a personal bankruptcy attorney here in the Atlanta area, and I'd like to talk to you today about what your credit report should look like once you come out of bankruptcy. This could be after your Chapter 7 discharge is entered and your case is closed, or after you complete your Chapter 13 and you receive your discharge. What should your credit report look like? Well, first of all, I think it's wise to look at your credit report. I always tell my clients within 4 or 5 months after your discharge, pull your credit report, go to annualcreditreport.com, download it for free. You can get it from all 3 credit bureaus for free, and take a look. Now, what you should see there is you will see the debts that were there, assuming that the debts have not come off yet. And again, debts come off after 7 years. But you should see zero balances. So you may see Citibank or Chase or Discover. And you may see a history, and that's okay, but you should see zero balance. If you see that there's a balance still showing, $2,500, $3,000, whatever the case may be, and the debt has been discharged, then that's incorrect. And in fact, I've had a couple of cases like that where I've been able to pursue damages on behalf of my clients for improperly reported credit reports. And if they continue to report debt owing, even though it's been discharged, that's a violation of the FDCPA and probably the Fair Credit Reporting Act, and you can collect money damages for that. So you should see for your discharge debts, you should see a zero balance or discharge in bankruptcy. You would also see a reference to the fact you filed bankruptcy. That's going to show up in your credit report. And realize that any negative information is going to stay on for 7 years, anything related to bankruptcy for up to 10 years. So again, if it's less than 7 years, negative stuff in terms of your payment history can continue to show up. After that, it needs to come off. If you have reaffirmed a house or a car, mortgage or car loan, that should show up in bankruptcy as well, and any payments you make to satisfy those debts should show up as positives on your credit report. If you do not reaffirm and you do a stay and pay or a keep and pay for a vehicle, then that's not going to show up in your credit report because you are not personally liable. Realize when you go into a Chapter 7, for example, and you do not reaffirm a house or a car, you are not personally liable anymore for that loan. Now, the lender still has a property claim against the asset, but you're not personally liable, so it's not going to show up. The loan will not show up as personal debt as to you anymore. So that should not show up on your credit report. You will see sometimes if you've surrendered collateral and the balance is zero, that will also show up included in bankruptcy or property surrendered as part of bankruptcy. So there'll be a history. Realize credit reports are basically histories of your credit activity. It is not something that is going to, again, it should not show debt that's been discharged, but it will still show a history. So what I tell my clients is this: if you've gone through bankruptcy and you've come out and you want to look at your credit report, have me look at it, I'm happy to do so. Take a look to see if we have any FDCPA claims there. If it's not, things are not showing up properly, I'm happy to look at it. And that's really what I think a bankruptcy attorney ought to do, is sort of part of the process, because realize that bankruptcy, one of the things you want to do with it is to get rid of old debt, kind of get that fresh start. But if your credit report's still showing old debt is still owing, that's a problem, and that's something we need to fix. So that's what I would tell you. But big picture is pull your credit report after bankruptcy. Let's take a look at it. Happy to look at it for you, and I'll tell you whether or not there's anything there that shouldn't be there, and if there is, whether you have any remedy for possible remuneration. So I hope this has been helpful to you. If you did like it, please give it a thumbs up on Facebook, or thumbs up on YouTube, like on Facebook, subscribe to our channels. Any questions about any matter related to personal bankruptcy, please reach out to me. Again, I'm Jonathan Ginsberg, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks a lot.